The New York City Bodega clerk who was charged with murder after defending himself from an attacker is now fighting to keep his lawsuit against the city alive. Those murder charges were eventually dropped, but the clerk, Jose Alba, filed a civil case after he spent a week in prison on Rikers Island. CB Cotton is live in New York with more on this story. CB.
Hi, Brian. In one of the court filings, which is here, 40 pages long, the city's lawyers argue 11 specific points, which they say justified Jose Alba's arrest and prosecutors' initial filing of the charges against Alba, as you mentioned, which were later dropped. And one of their arguments, they write this in part about Alba and Austin Simon, the customer who was fatally stabbed. Quote, based upon the undisputed evidence, it was entirely reasonable to believe that the plaintiff, Alba, unnecessarily escalated the confrontation between himself and Mr. Simon, even if it was Mr. Simon who initiated the confrontation. This motion, filed by the city's legal team, points to video evidence and witness testimonies as to why Alba's wrongful arrest lawsuit should be thrown out. This fall, Alba filed his suit in Manhattan federal court, alleging he was a pawn of progressive policies here in New York City, which he says violated his civil rights when he was charged with second-degree murder and locked up at Rikers Island back in July of last year. Investigators say there was an argument between Alba and Austin Simon when Simon's girlfriend tried to buy snacks with an EBT card, but it declined. Again, the DA later dropped the charges, with his office saying a homicide case against Alba couldn't be proven at a trial beyond a reasonable doubt. Now Alba's attorney says the city is trying to backpedal as his client seeks damages. Listen.
It's an outrage that they did a complete turnaround on their interpretation of what happened that evening, and that they will go as far as to misrepresent the facts.
When we reached out to the city's law department, they pointed back to their court filing, arguing there was sufficient probable cause to initially arrest and prosecute Mr. Alba. Brian.
CB Cotton, thank you for that.